The Panthers won over the weekend, everybody, and it was dominant, and the final score doesn't even show how dominant that win was. 33-7 in the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
Now, obviously, there were some garbage touchdowns for Vegas, but who cares about garbage touchdowns? They're called garbage touchdowns for a reason.
Yeah, let them have their whatever.
The Panthers was, like we talked about on Friday, it's the definition of a one-game bump, and now it's about trying to sustain it. Because it wasn't just Andy Dalton playing better than Bryce Young. It was individuals playing better than their own individual self the week before. Some of it I consider residuals from Andy Dalton. It's like the ripple effect. The pass rush looked better because the opposing team was playing from behind for the first time in a long time. So the pass rush got to pin their ears back and rush more aggressively. So the fact that they had as many sacks in Sunday's game as they did in the first two games combined that could be tied to Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
It's a byproduct of it.
But why did the run defense look really good from the beginning of stopping the Raiders? They just played better. The Adam Thielen catch when he got hurt, and I hope it's not bad. I hope it's the hamstring that's like a month rather than the hamstring that's like got to get reattached to the bone. I don't know. No, I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night, and I'm not a doctor. But that catch, it's the best catch I've seen a Panthers wide receiver make since I started hosting this show. Now, we know, if there's anything we know about Bryce Young, he gave his wide receivers a chance to make some tough catches because he was always a little bit inaccurate on some of those deep balls.
A little bit.
So, did Adam Thielen make that catch because of Andy Dalton? I don't know. Maybe. I talked about it earlier during Monday's sound-off. Maybe it is like, hey, I just like the vibes here, so I'm selling out a little bit more, even if it's subconscious. Robert Hunt blocking downfield.
Yo.
That is a train on the bleepin' tracks.
Uh-huh.
Blocking downfield. This is a like, I don't know why, but every time he's such a wide human, and I don't say that disrespectfully. I say that impressively.
Yeah.
I forget who it was, and I wish I remembered. This was like a Sports Illustrated for Kids picture. It was probably like Vince Wilfork or something in like the year 2000. I don't even know if he was playing then. Where his wife got like in a pair of his jeans and stood in one of the legs and held out how far the jeans spread out.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you could put like an entire like sixth grade class into Robert Hunt's like he's just a wide human. And to see him running downfield on a block, I went, okay, well, first of all, that's why you give him $20 million a year for the next 5 years. And secondarily, I went, I don't know. I don't remember plays like that in week 1 and week 2. Jonathon Mingo blocking downfield. Jonathon Mingo catching the ball, shaking a tackler, getting upfield. I don't remember plays like that from the previous weeks. There aren't a lot of examples of that recently. Everybody played better. And I do believe in momentum. I do believe in, like the Ravens when everybody was like, big trust, woo woo, and they were all looking like they were like as close as a middle school basketball team, that I do think that impacts playing. So maybe all of that could just be attributed, to Andy Dalton was there and people were more happy, so everybody played better.
It's confidence.
Could be that.
I think the confidence level and swagger in that team was just night and day.
It could easily be that, but also that would be a little frustrating because I'm like, you're a pro.
Well, it's also like confident knowing that, hey, like for Andy Dalton or for example Adam Thielen, hey, I'm trying to beat this double team because I know he's going to put it in a spot where I can get it. Mm-hmm. And guess what? He put it into a spot where I'm going to get it. Now I have to go get it. I don't think that confidence was there when Bryce Young was playing.
I agree. I completely agree. And credit to Andy Dalton for giving them that belief and playing in a way, practicing in a way that they all had that belief. But then part of me also says, you've been running like 55 plays a game. I don't care if you have confidence in the quarterback or not. Go all out to beat that double team because we're paying you millions of dollars and that's kind of your job. Like there's two sides to every coin on that. Then there starts to be like the cosmic things. I've watched a lot of football since his rookie year. I don't remember Devontae Adams getting that many passes on his hands and not completing the catch. And you can tell me like the positivity impacts everybody on the Panthers. You can't tell me Andy Dalton on the sideline with his striking red hair is somehow distracting Devontae Adams to drop passes on the other side. There was just something cooking in that building in Vegas that the Panthers had not had in a very, very long time. Maybe it's that freaky winning thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, and I'm not putting them in this category, but it's that same thing as like when the Chiefs fall behind and everybody just goes, I don't know how, but somehow they're going to win this game. It happened last night. The right after, what was it? Patrick Mahomes threw the interception in the end zone. So they're down 7. They're driving to tie it up. I think if I have this right, he threw the interception, and my wife went, "Oh, he'll still win." And it was just an offhand one of those comments. It felt like that for the Panthers. It felt like that for the Panthers. And it has not felt like that for the Panthers in a very long time, where it's just like if something goes bad, oh, that's cool. They'll pick it up on the next play. If there's a penalty, all right, they'll get it back. There's some cosmic things going on. Andy Dalton spoke to the media after the game, obviously, thinks a win like that shows what the team is capable of.
It shows what we can do. I think that's for us. It's like, all right, we showed what our standard is now. We know what we can do, and the goal is to be able to prove that each week. And for us, this was a big win, first one of the year, and now it's like, okay, let's go. We know the possibilities out there. We got to go play to that standard.
That's we, right? Because Andy Dalton's a leader, and he's always going to say we. I think that's also everybody other than Andy. Because Andy is the only one that truly doesn't have to answer for week 1 and week 2. Andy is the only one, unless you count like, how he mentored Bryce on the sideline. He was nothing to do with week 1 and week 2. Everybody else, even if you put 90% of the blame on Bryce, that other 10% has to go somewhere. So now that you've shown, meaning everybody but Andy, have shown what they can do in week 3, he's right that we're not going to suffer whatever else you've put on the field thus far. We're not going to be okay with drops. We're not going to be okay with not getting open. Or if there's a run play and Chuba Hubbard breaks to the second level, Robert Hunt, I'm looking for you. Get to hoofing, big fella. That we know what you're capable of now.
I think that opening touchdown drive, which by the way was the first opening touchdown drive I think in 20 games for the Panthers, did so much for them. It's like, oh, okay. All right, guys, let's go. And especially the defense, first time they go on the field, they have a lead. It's like, oh, hey, all right, guys, let's go out there. Let's play it. Let's get this.
I think it was with using the most obvious metaphor ever, I think it was a breath of fresh air.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's just that first.
Yeah, it's refreshing for everyone because remember against the Chargers, the first 4 drives against the Chargers were 3 and out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I'm a defense, I'm like, can y'all get a first down, please?
And even as
then on the 5th drive was the interception.
True. But then even I'm going to take it one step further and say, last year the defense played well a lot of games.
They did.
But I think the entire time they knew one mistake and it's over. When you get up 7-0 right away, it's like, listen, guys, we go out and make just a blunder. We get an ESPN blooper reel, bounces off my forehead, caught for a touchdown. It's a tie game, right? There's something empowering in that. It's why, and it goes back to what I was saying. The best quarterbacks that incite confidence even when you're trailing allow your defense to play with that breath of fresh air because they know one mistake doesn't ruin everything. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to give Andy Dalton hey, if you're down 14, everybody assumes we're still in it, because he's still Andy Dalton, and no disrespect to that. Really, at no point in his career has he been a top 5 quarterback in the league. But he can put you up 7-0. And you're darn right I'm going to give you he can definitely win a tie game. So you're 1 touchdown away and still confident. There's value there.
And then the touchdown late to Thielen in the first half, was it 29 seconds left to go, and you're up 21-7 going into the locker room. It's like, whoa, we're up 14?
Yep.
When's the last time you said that about a game?
And it's the one time that I can remember where the positive part of your imagination didn't set you up for a disappointment, where you just think like, you know, it'd be really nice. I actually think you might have even tweeted it out, where you said like they need to score here and go up 2 scores or something like that.
Yeah, that was me.
That part of your imagination has always set you up for disappointment with the Panthers the last 2 years. Wouldn't it be nice if you know they get the ball back here and score? Usually it's they don't get the ball back or they get it back and throw a pick six. And it's just like, man, why did I let my brain wander there? This time it was, wouldn't it be nice if they get the ball back and score? And they scored a touchdown. It's the best case scenario. It allows you to think positively, which is new. The Drive with Tim Donnelly.